They're the best of the bad. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 iconic movie villains. Just to clarify, we're deciding to stay in the realm of pop culture, while omitting mindless slasher killers and anti-heroes.
And I've did it right at once what to do.
Number 10, Lord Voldemort, the Harry Potter series. Kicking off our list is he who must not be named, except we totally name him all the time.
He who must not be named did great things. Terrible. Yes, but great.
Portrayed by Ralph Fiennes, the archenemy of Harry Potter is a relentless force of evil.
Pick up your wand, Potter! I said pick it up!
A wizard with a legion of followers, his goal is the blood purity of the wizarding world. Yes, that means ruling the magical world and destroying what he considers to be the filthy mudbloods. Number 9, the Wicked Witch of the West, the Wizard of Oz.
I thought you said she was dead.
That was her sister, the Wicked Witch of the East. This is the Wicked Witch of the West. And she's worse than the other one.
Another magical villain straight out of literature, this green-skinned hag has a serious hate-on for girls from Kansas and their little dogs too.
Drat you and your dog. You've been more trouble to me than you're worth, one way and another. But it'll soon be over now.
The main obstacle on Dorothy's journey home, she's iconic for her theatrics, maniacal nature, and legion of flying monkeys.
Now, my beauty, something with poison in it, I think. With poison in it.
Simply put, her evil is black and white, and she's the archetype for many famous villains to follow.
How about a little fire, Scarecrow?
Number 8, Agent Smith, the Matrix trilogy.
Surprised to see me? No.
Next up is the well-dressed but deadly unkillable computer program portrayed by Hugo Weaving. An agent of the system, he's had his fill with humanity and longs to break free of the boundaries of the Matrix.
I must get out of here. I must get free. And in this mind is the key.
Smith's combat skills are noteworthy, but it's his calm and malevolent demeanor that really clinches his spot on the list.
As you can see, we've had our eye on you for some time now, Mr. Anderson.
Number 7, Sauron and Saruman, the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Whom do you serve?
Saruman.
Yes, we went there again with a magical duo from another piece of fantasy literature. Straight out of J.R.R. Tolkien's classics, Sauron is in fact the eponymous Lord of the Rings. The ruler of Mordor, he created the One Ring to rule them all and has returned to claim it and finally conquer Middle-earth.
Sauron needs only this ring to cover all the lands of a second darkness.
He's assisted by Saruman the White, who's played by classic Dracula actor Christopher Lee.
Sauron has regained much of his former strength. He cannot yet take physical form, but his spirit has lost none of its potency.
Number 6, T-1000, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. We were going to give this one to Arnie's Terminator from the first film, however, we can't help but think of him as the ultimate badass good guy. More importantly, Robert Patrick's liquid metal Terminator in police clothing may be far less physically imposing, but far scarier. As the unstoppable, shape-shifting assassin, Robert Patrick does the smooth-faced, unflinching death stare like no other.
There was a guy here this morning looking for him, too.
Yeah, big guy on a bike. Has that got something to do with this?
No. I wouldn't worry about him.
Number 5, Auric Goldfinger, Goldfinger.
Gentlemen, you can have the million today. Or 10 millions tomorrow.
It would have been impossible for us to let this list out of the gate without at least one entry from the Bond series, a franchise that has given us so many memorable bad guys.
In 2 hours, I shall be in Cuba. And you have interfered with my plans for the last time, Mr. Bond.
Deciding to exclude henchmen, it ultimately came down to Goldfinger over the cat-petting Blofeld.
Good evening, Mr. Bond.
Blofeld. Reasons include nailing the novel's description, his gold obsession, and getting to say it the most memorably villainous line from the franchise.
Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
I'll mold this box into your prison bars. Don't touch that.
Number 4, Lex Luthor, Superman series.
I told you.
One of the few comic book villains to make the list, this bald-headed genius mastermind went up against the Man of Steel.
I have to leave you now. No hard feelings.
That's right, he represents brains versus brawn. An optimistic and charismatic villain with a love of real estate, Gene Hackman still remains the Luthor to beat. Sure, by today's standards, he's a bit campy and over the top, but this was the 70s, man. Don't be a hater.
Are you kidding? Hey, I was with you all the time. That was beautiful. Did you see the way they fell into our trap?
Too late, Luther. Too late.
Number 3, Hannibal Lecter, The Silence of the Lambs.
Good morning.
This brilliant cannibalistic serial killer is forever etched in our memories, all thanks to a gripping and spine-tingling performance by Sir Anthony Hopkins.
I'm offering you a psychological profile of Buffalo Bill based on the case evidence. I'll help you catch him, Clarice.
Moreover, he's a truly evil psychopath who can make you soil yourself from behind bulletproof glass or even behind the safety of his muzzle.
Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Not only sophisticated and heavy on the manipulation, he's got a keen sense of smell and a unique taste in food.
Jesus Christ!
Number 2, The Joker, the Batman films.
You can call me Joker.
Whether you're a fan of Nicholson or Ledger, this character is the undisputed comic book to movie villain.
Now, folks, it's time for Who Do You Trust? Hubba, 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 money, 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 who do you trust?
An anarchist with a sick sense of humor, he's not driven by greed or ambition. As a clever and deadly villain driven by chaos and impulse, the Joker absolutely relishes on challenging the Dark Knight head on.
We really should stop this fighting, otherwise we'll miss the fireworks.
There won't be any fireworks.
And here we go.
We had to draw the line somewhere, so here are a few of the honorable mentions.
I've done far worse than kill you. I've still got the greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission.
$1 million.
You must be Wolverine. That remarkable metal doesn't run through your entire body, does it?
Number 1, Darth Vader, Star Wars trilogy.
What is it, General?
Was there ever any doubt? Taking the top spot is the legendary sci-fi villain. Sure, the prequels did a lot of damage by showing us the backstory that no one needed or asked for. But despite that, the corrupted half-man, half-machine father of Luke Skywalker is a visually powerful, complex, and eventually sympathetic character.
Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training.
A totally badass masked master of the Force, the fact that he's voiced by James Earl Jones fully clinches his title as the ultimate movie villain.
You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Don't let yourself be destroyed as Obi-Wan did.
Agree with our list? Which movie villain do you consider the most iconic? For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
We all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you?